In this video, I would like to discuss about calling in your spirit baby. And this video is going to be completely unscripted. It is going to be a channeled message from my spirit team, my higher self, the spirit babies that are around me. Archangel Metatron, who happens to be very much a guide, and he assists with the transition, the spirit and baby in the aura into the womb. Metatron very much helps facilitate that. So spirit babies, what inspired this video is meeting my own spirit child. Now the spirit child is very much in your aura, particularly in the aura of self-expression. So we can connect that to the throat chakra and the heart. So your talents, your gifts, your light, the way you express your light. Very much the child energy, the spirit baby is in that energy. So my spirit baby came to me one day when I was in meditation, and she told me it's not a he or a her. The spirit baby is very much an energy, a soul. And this soul told me a name, Zetha Orkina. That is the name of the soul's higher essence. And what Zetha Orkina told me is that he, soul energy, has been placing its essence into my body for a very long time. And I was shocked by that. I was like, I have a lot of talents and gifts in various subjects. And what Zetha Orkina told me is that a lot of these gifts, or these newfound gifts, is simply a part of that soul's essence given to me for me to cultivate and strengthen. Because when I strengthen that gift, whatever it may be, on whatever subject, the piano, it could be science, it could be really anything, could be even surfing, could be writing. When I cultivate that part of me, I'm creating a foundation, a very solid foundation for that child. When that soul comes into the womb, that child will already have a very solid foundation for that particular area that the soul wants to experience, talent-wise. And the child very much comes into the womb and fragments itself. So the Zetha Orkina is the higher energy, the higher essence of the soul. But sometimes when the soul coming into the fetus, it fragments. And not even fragment what you think of cutting. It's more so like the Russian dolls. A doll within a doll within a doll. So what happens is this spirit baby, it's this big, radiant soul essence. It has all these gifts. It's multifaceted, it's multi-layered, it's multidimensional, it has all of these high intelligence and creativity. And what happens in order to fit really ultimately in that finite space that as a woman our limitations create, a finite space for the fetus, it has to kind of shed away its layers. So the Russian doll, you shed away the outer layer, and then that layer, and then another layer, and then another layer, and you get this soul essence that appears like a fragment of the bigger whole. So it is this piece, just like the Russian dolls. They're all pieces of each other, but when they come together, that is the essence of it. The layers within the layers within the layers. You could see it as being multifaceted. Each layer is a talent, a skill that the soul essence would like in their incarnation, because it can help them to fulfill many subjects in a single incarnation. But a lot of times spirit babies, even us, we kind of shed away these talents and gifts to fit into the constitutional body that our mother makes for us, such as the fetus. So if the constitution of the fetus is, we as a mother, we don't really can conceive of our child being anything greater than us. Well, that creates a constitution for the fetus. And a lot of us are not even aware of this. It's all unconscious. The constitutional body of the fetus a lot of times is decided by us on a unconscious level. Such as we didn't really expand our own potential, our own infinite possibilities. We feel like we're very limited, okay, or we have a very pessimistic mind. Pessimism is just simply limitation. You don't really believe that you're capable of doing something greater than what you were given. So that becomes a constitution for that child, and the soul essence has to kind of configure its embodiment to kind of fit with that constitutional body that the mother makes for the child. So we are given this constitutional makeup. And a lot of times is what I see is we have to go through this immense healing within ourselves to deconstruct that constitutional makeup that was given to us by our mother. And it's all about the mother's thoughts involving the child's capability. So a lot of times we have such low caliber for our child. We're not even really putting in any powerful beliefs, such as you are capable of infinite possibilities. We don't even really kind of put that in the fetus, in the womb area. So with the spirit baby, the essence, so the Zeta Orkina, a lot of times the mother is no connection to the higher essence of the soul. So the name even is not even the name of the higher essence, because the name, when the child hears the name of the higher essence, or when the child writes and communicates the name, it really activates that higher essence, which is multifaceted, multi-layered, multidimensional. But a lot of times we're given, kids, soul babies are given these names that don't necessarily vibrate their cosmic resonance. Because we as mothers, a lot of times we are not connected to our aura, we're not connected to our body, we're not connected to our self-expression, because our child, our soul, spirit baby is in our self-expression. So this throat chakra, this heart chakra. So with the spirit baby in the womb, particularly the womb of the mother, the father has a part to play, but it's really ultimately the mother that decides really that fetus's constitutional makeup. So we have the essence of the spirit baby. You can get to know the essence of the spirit baby by just really tapping in to your own energy, because a lot of times that spirit baby is a spirit guide to you for basically since you were a child. It can represent as a spirit guide. And when it gets closer to the time of, the divine timing, you'll start to feel, it is a subtle feeling. It's more so you feel there's a new part of you that you didn't know before, but all of a sudden this new part of you, or a gift or a talent or just an expression, is somehow new. That can be an indication that the spirit baby is coming in. It's getting closer and closer into your body. Okay, because it's an integration process. It's not just a boop, boop, boop. So it's ultimately just being really aware of yourself, aware of your cycles as a woman, your changes within your mind, your body, and your expression, your talents, the way you think, the way you act, because you'll find these improvements, you'll find these upgrades within your embodiment, and that is an indication of the spirit baby, because the spirit baby before the divine timing or the conscious conception, it really upgrades the mother's thoughts, the mother's body, the mother's self-expression, the mother's self-worth, the mother's self-esteem. It really updates it. So you may find yourself very much like this chameleon dragon, where you have like a new personality, and it may come in and it may come out. That's an indication that the spirit baby is kind of working through you. The spirit baby, in order for it to really, what it wants is to integrate not just the tiny, most inner Russian doll. It wants to download and put into that fetus the higher essence of itself, the higher download. Okay, so with the mother, they do these upgrades throughout the years of that person's life to really expand that person in many levels, so that the womb has a constitutional makeup that is of expansion, that is of possibility, of higher imagination, higher creativity. So calling in your spirit baby is simply, it's a sacred sound. It's a sacred activation. So it's getting into this right sacred embodiment within yourself. So I'm going to give you all some tools, because I'm feeling like there's spirit babies around me that would like to give you some tools that have been in my mind for some time. And I feel like the spirit babies would really like me to just get into what they would like you to do to really kind of clear away any of these constitutional makeups that was handed down from your parents. So we must, if we want to really call in like these hybrid children, we got to really deconstruct our own layers, our own constitutions within us that is very much just from our parents and then grandparents and so on and so forth. So if we can redesign and remodel our own constitution, and our constitution is in alignment with our soul constitutional makeup, our higher essence, that right there will be a great foundation for the higher soul essence of the spirit baby to collaborate with your already improved constitutional body, and collaborate, kind of maybe delete things, modify things that you've created, you, not your parents, your grandparents, you sat down, did the work, cut through, deleted, integrated, deleted, integrated. Well, the child will co-create, co-collaborate with your embodiment to help create this great energy space for the higher soul essence to come through. So the woman with the embodiment, the soul it's been coming in for some time, not just months before the conscious conception. It's been coming in for years before for that, but it's very subtle. It just feels like you just have a newfound talent or a new personality or some kind of gift or a higher intelligence that's coming through. A lot of times it's that hybrid. It's kind of like there's this overlapping thing that happens. It's hard to describe, but when it comes to the spirit baby, it does this overlapping where it very much aligns itself with the mother, and the mother aligns itself with the spirit baby throughout years. And when they do this overlapping, this alignment, is the higher essence of the spirit baby, and let's say the essence or the makeup of the mother, it kind of aligns upward in an upward energy. in an ascension energy, in a higher level of expression energy. So the spirit baby can very much, through aligning with the mother, okay, it's the spinal energy. It's like the coiling energy. The spirit baby very much has its own coil of energy, and it aligns with the mother's coiling of energy, and it kind of pulls the energy upward. So that's why the child is very much like a spirit guide, because spirit guides very much do that with the person in the body. They kind of align the coiling of the spinal energy with their own kind of higher essence to kind of rise the body up, okay, improve, modify, refine the spine, the coiling energy, which is simply the chakras. Okay, a lot of times there can be debris in the chakras, and that's just the coiling of the spine. The coiling of the spine is a rainbow energy that it combines all of the chakras. So if the heart chakra has debris, it's kind of, you're going to feel it in the coiling of the spine, or in the throat, or any chakra. A lot of our kind of debris is in this kind of lower chakra energy, which is pretty much kind of the hardest to clear out, is that lower chakra, which is fear, which is creativity. We kind of have like a drainage on our creativity. So with that coiling of the energy, when that drainage kind of it connects, it becomes, all your chakras become one coil of energy moving up the spine. Well, if we want to kind of clear, to clear the coil of the spine, we got to figure out the chakra system and the energies that they're broadcasting. Each chakra has its own broadcast. Just like each planet has its own frequency that it gives off to the cosmos. So you got to feel your chakras and learn them and figure out the broadcasts. You could feel it. For example, I have a very powerful heart broadcast because I feel a real intense burning a lot of times in my chest, a real big opening. Like, it's very hard for me to slouch. Like, it almost physically hurts for me to slouch because my heart is so, it burned open. Okay? And then you could just be aware of yourself. Like, for example, me, I have some triggers or some like shrinkage when it comes to sexuality. So that has to do with the lower chakras. The lower chakra, the broadcast. So we're just gonna like refine those broadcasts, so the broadcast is really tuned in to its higher intelligence ultimately. So when the coiling of our spine is all of the chakras, it's like a nice broadcast, a broadcast of higher productivity. Well, the soul essence of the spirit baby, the higher soul essence, like, for example, Zeta or Kina, can come through the spinal energy with its spinal energy makeup, and the totality of that the spirit can come in, rather than just the most inner Russian doll. So it has to shed all these layers to, it's corresponding to you and what's going on in your body. That's basically what's going on. So the hybrid children, and we have this huge emphasis on healing the body, because it's time to cut the runoff of your parents, grandparents. The dark ages is running off. The debris is running off into our bodies. So the constitutions for these hybrids to come through, which is higher intelligence, higher creativity, they work with your body. There's a collaboration going on with your body. Okay? They are using your body as a woman. Okay? They have their own sort of makeup, but you as a woman have your own sort of makeup. But if you're not conscious, or you're not sensitive enough, or really connecting with your own body, it's going to be very hard for you to kind of see, okay, spirit baby, what would you like to, what is your self-expression? And how may I cultivate that within my own body to create an already existing, really powerful foundation? Such as they've proven when parents, for example, metaphysics, reading metaphysics or listening to metaphysical lectures, that child will have a natural kind of knowing or knowledge about metaphysics because the mother has cultivated that within her own body. So whatever you've cultivated in your body is ultimately going to be a foundation for your child. But a lot of us as women, we are not really cultivating really beneficial talents or beneficial thoughts or habits. So what becomes the habit for our child is our kind of lower self habit, our addictions, our obsessions, our unresolved traumas, our fears. So the spirit baby, it corresponds with that. And what happens, the corresponse is very much, I have to kind of take off my layers of talents and gifts because I can't bring in that load, that real big, massive omega energy into this really shriveled up, tiny body that is my mother. Okay? So, ultimately, it is the mother and it's you. So the spirit baby and his or her, the troubles and, the problem child, that's ultimately you as a mother. You created some sort of foundation unconsciously, and that became the foundation for that child, which could be anxiety, which could be stress, and that creates for the child this kind of imbalance that we see. It's imbalance because you're in balance as a mother. And a lot of times we're in this denial thing. We always want to blame the external for the troubles, the problem child. He's just a problem child. But ultimately, it's you as a mother. Did you actually sit down and do the work? Did you actually really sit in your body, feel your chakras, feel your essence, your constitutions, and think, are my constitutions helpful? Do I feel highly artistic? Do I feel expressive? And if the answer is no, if you don't feel any sort of artistry or self-expression going on in your body, well, then you have some constitutions in your makeup that are really limiting. Because the very essence of the higher essence, the higher you, is this powerful artistry, this powerful self-expression. It's self-expression, it's command language, it's infinite possibility, it's directive, it's transformative. So we can, that line with that energy, those chakra, get that broadcast. Because what happens, all of the chakras, the coiling, they coil and they broadcast right here at the ninth gate. That's when the energy of all your chakras is this one unified sound, which is like a gong sound, and that just is like, woo, out into the cosmos, woo, all the way around into your aura. So anything in any chakra, the lower chakras particularly, it aligns into that big gong, and there's just a slight kind of, a little bit, just a little kind of lower vibe about that gong sound that is at the ninth gate right above your head, that kind of trickles down into your aura like this. Okay, and that's all your chakra energy. That's not one chakra, two chakra, it's all of your chakras. It's the totality of yourself. And if we want that to be right on that right tune, okay, just like the strings when you play guitar, if one note is kind of out of tune, the whole thing doesn't sound quite right. I mean, you could play it, but it don't sound real nice to the inner ear. It's the same thing with the chakras. One is out of tune, then the whole sound kind of doesn't sound quite right. So I feel Archangel Metatron, and I feel the spirit babies that are around right now. Yeah, they really do want to really want to help, particularly the women, because there's a whole team going on. These hybrid kids, that there's a whole team going on. It's just they need the mothers to kind of be participants. And creates a constitution that corresponds with their own constitution. Okay? so that the constitutional makeups can kind of align, they can collaborate, they can modify, improve, so the child can come in and be its most artistic and creative self. So what we're going to do is, again, this is unscripted. I'm going to let Archangel Metatron, I'm going to let the spirit babies to come through and see what kind of Kundalini energy can help you as a person who maybe wants to have kids one day, okay? So rub the hands at the chest. We're going to tune in with Ang Namo, Gurudev Namo, and I want you to feel your aura, which is very much like this. It's a sweeping energy. It's a sweeping energy. So we're going to call in your spirit baby. We're going to place that spirit baby at the heart, because it's very much at the heart, and the throat chakra is the spirit baby energy in your aura. Okay, so it's not here. A lot of times it's in your aura, in a place. Okay, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. So Ang Namo Gurudev, what I do is I do it 5 times, 3 times, so 5, break, 5, break, 5, break. So I press, so the thumb, I press the pointer finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. So it's like this. So Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. So press each of the fingers together for each Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Okay. Breathe in. Squeeze up the Mula Bandha. Squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze. Rectum, sex organ. Up, up, up. Feel the coiling of your spine. Do you see it? It is very much like a rainbow, where the red at the bottom, yellow, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, all the way up to violet. Exhale. Inhale to chant. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo. Breathe in. Hold. Really squeeze as though you are levitating. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So what I feel guided to do, feel Archangel Metatron around me. And Archangel Metatron is very much, he's a modifier. So he represents light codes, geometric frequencies. And what he does is he very much tunes you. So geometric symbols is just simply, it's a frequency. We have higher frequencies, we have lower frequencies. Very much like music. 440 hertz is a lower frequency, it's a lower caliber. So the geometric symbol is not at a crystal clear, crystallized image. The higher caliber, which is 432 frequency hertz, is a clear, geometric, more sophisticated, with a higher intelligence. So think of like crop circles or mandalas. So Archangel Metatron is here right now, and he's wanting to modify. So think of you can think of a tuning instrument, which is like a frequency, and he's there beside you to kind of help refine your frequency, or to raise the frequency into a higher caliber. So let's say your hertz is 440 hertz. Majority kind of us are in that hertz because of the music, the airwaves. is in that. And a lot of times the society, the body reflects the airwaves. Okay, the airwaves reflect the body. So a lot of us are in this like 440 hertz resonance, okay, which is a lesser intelligence. It's a lower caliber than the 432. It's a lower caliber. So Archangel Metatron he kind of tunes you through frequency, through sound, to help you to raise the caliber of your overall frequency. Okay? So what we're going to do is this motion. And it's long, deep breath. So we're sweeping. So really sweep. Because what we're doing is we're sweeping the aura. So it's kind of like it's like we're bathing sort of energy. So in slow motion, it's kind of like you're rising up. So all the chakras, the lower chakras, up, 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 higher chakras, and out and in. And you're going to be looking at the tip of your nose, okay? So Archangel Metatron is giving you a higher frequency, and imagine that you are moving that higher frequency around your body. So you're putting it into all of your chakras, into your aura. You're allowing that new higher caliber to become your totality. So what we're really doing is we're lining all of our chakras under one powerful broadcast. So if we felt like our chakras were not communicating to each other, because a lot of times they don't, the higher and lower chakras, we are aligning all of our chakras together under one broadcast. So what we're doing is the lower chakras. So in slow motion, it kind of feels like you're pulling up energy. So your hands are like this, but you're kind of pulling up the energy of the lower chakras, which is kind of the troublesome chakras due to the dark ages. We're kind of pulling that up into the heart, into the higher chakras, for the lower chakras to experience a transmutation. So it's low caliber. When it meets the higher chakras, it transmutates that kind of ick into a higher resonance. So visualize that. Okay, the lower chakras, you're kind of sweeping it up into the higher chakras for its low self-worth to be transmutated into a higher resonance. Okay? Because what can happen is a lot of that heavy feeling we have regarding our self-worth, our self-esteem, our ability to take action, we feel like the Hangman card. It's because all of that heaviness is sitting right on top of our lower chakras. So it becomes like a weight in our lower chakras. That's why we don't feel creative. Okay, it's because we have a weight and we need to clear that up. So just really visualize that heaviness. You're pulling it up. You're pulling it out of the deep swamp, and you're kind of pulling it up into the air for it to be transmutated transmutated into lightness. Okay? So we're clearing out any sort of entanglements we got going on in the lower chakras. And we know we have some entanglements to fear when we don't feel able to move forward with directive, transformative action. In long, deep breath, you're going to feel a heat. And also, spirit babies can be, if you do an aura photo, spirit babies can be energy. Actually, you can see it in your aura. Just depends on your communication with the spirit baby. If you have a strong communication with the spirit baby, more likely you are to see it in your aura photo. A lot of times spirit babies can be blue, green, like a pink color. Because the blue, green, and pink represents your self-expression as a human, and they use that energy to co-create with, to create their own self-expression. So ultimately, spirit babies come in, and they have already their design for their self-expression, their gifts, their talents, their purpose, their map, what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it. But as you as a woman, you must provide them a solid foundation, which is self-esteem, self-worth, constitutions, okay? Because if you don't give them a strong constitution, what happens? Their self-expression, they don't know how to kind of do the thing because they don't have a foundation. So it becomes very elusive. We have a lot of children, indigo children, that have such great creativity, but it's so elusive. It has no structure. It has no, consistency. It's because their foundation has no consistency. As a child, they weren't given any constitutional makeup on how to, structurize their self-expression. So, as a woman, the masculine energy a lot of times is that lower chakra. So, in our masculine embodiment, we don't feel capable, okay? We don't feel balanced. Our life is kind of all over the place. We don't have discipline. We don't have structure. So, as a woman, what happens? Our indigo child has brilliant ideas, but they don't know how to structure the thing. They don't know how to discipline the thing. So what happens? The self-expression, as you know, learning the piano, if you don't have discipline, if you don't have structure, you're not going to learn the piano. So keep going. So it's a deep breath. So when you breathe in, pull up the Mula Bandha. Exhale, relax. So ultimately what the spirit guide wants from you as mother is to give them high self-esteem. Give them high self-worth. It's really all that they ask, and that's kind of a masculine energy. That's masculine. So if we can be that within our embodiment, we can give them the structure and discipline for them to do what they need to do. Instead of, I have these gifts, I don't know how to do it. They're like, I have these gifts and I have tools. I have constitutions that can help me. So your spirit baby is going to love this. Because you're sweeping out that fear that keeps you in limbo. Keeps you feeling stuck and stagnant. So we're moving kind of this lower caliber into the higher chakras for it to be redefined. So the very fact our children feel powerless, okay, they're troublesome, they're anxious, is because us as women, we are that. We are just in denial of that. Keep going. Feel the heat. So we're bathing in higher frequency. So this is really good to raise the caliber of your self-worth, your self-esteem. The one thing that we can tell if our lower chakras are not in their power is when there's adversity. Do we shrivel up? Do we decay? Do we give up? Do we remain in the hangman? Or do we make it through? That's how you can tell. So your lower chakras are the energy that helps you to get through, have a breakthrough. It gives you the discipline and structure to be able to solve problems, to find ways through that adversity. So if you feel shrunken, if you feel decay, then you need to upgrade your lower chakras because they're not working for you. It's very much like a person who hears music, piano music. They hear it, they know it, but they don't have any structure or discipline, any tools or any knowledge on the instrument itself. So what happens? The music is unable to come through. And that's what we have going on with the spirit babies, with us as humans right now, adults. We hear music or art, we see things, images, creativity, but we have no tools or structure or discipline that can help us to ground the thing. So that's why spirit babies, they give you ideas, or they start integrating their soul essence into your body years before their actual conscious conception, so that you can already begin the process of creating the foundation. For example, let's say your spirit baby wants to be a composer. Well, you might be finding yourself taking piano lessons or guitar lessons or just reading books on music notes or learning music notes. That you're creating a foundation for the spirit baby. So when the spirit baby is born, they have tools that they can use to ground the thing that's already within them. But a lot of us as women, we're so concerned about like our relationships. We're concerned about our jobs that we're not really aware of the spirit babies that are within us, that are around us. Therefore, if we're not aware, we're not able to listen and respond to their desire for themselves and for us, their help. They want us to help them. Keep going. Challenge yourself. So the lower chakras very much ground our higher energy. And if the lower chakras they don't have concepts of structure, discipline, consistency, constructive criticism, transformative action, reflective action, it's going to be very hard for us as humans to express the higher chakras, which is what we're here to do. We're not here to express our lower chakras, which is survive. That's not why we came. A lot of us are living in our lower chakras, which is survive. Lower chakras are a tool, your foundation. They're not there for you to live that. They're there to provide a solid foundation for your higher chakras to express itself. Okay? So you're not here to survive. That's the lower chakras. Let it do that. Let it be the force that helps your higher chakras to do what it came here to do. Such as your heart, your throat chakra, your pineal gland, your wisdom, your art. That's why they say live in your heart chakra, because that is the emergence of the lower and the higher. A lot of us are trained to be in the lower chakras, so be defensive. Fear your neighbor, fear all, survive, do whatever to survive, accumulate, sex, addiction, obsession, lower chakra. But in the heart energy, we are in higher self-expression, which is the higher essence of us. Breathe in. Exhale. Exhale. So have your hands very much like this. Squeeze up Mula Bandha. Exhale. So you see my hands are in like a cup. So you're receiving the higher frequency, the higher caliber. Knees are slightly bent. Hands are slightly in front of you. You can see your hands in the corner of your eye. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pump our navel point right here. So belly. And it's not a breath of fire. We're going to breathe in, hold, pump, 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 pump. Exhale, pump, 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 and repeat. So if you're on your first or second day of your period, don't. If you're pregnant, of course, don't. But if you're good to go, then pump, pump, pump. So we're gonna like really kind of decompartmentalize the sort of maybe heavy energies that are kind of here, blockages, sexual energy that needs to go. Okay, we're gonna kind of decompartmentalize that kind of heaviness that kind of puts a drainage on our higher chakras. So breathe in, eyes closed. in. Hold, pull up to Mula Bandha. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And meditate for a moment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make contact, if we haven't already, with our spirit baby or spirit babies, just soul energies that are in our aura. So soul babies they are spirit guides, and I've noticed the more kind of facets you have about yourself. I mean, you are quite dynamic, just you and your soul energy, but you and your soul team, which is a lot of spirit babies are from your oversoul energy, okay, which is like your soul family. Okay, especially if you are consciously connecting with your field, which is your own body, your soul essence. So the deeper connection you have with yourself, your soul essence, your authenticity, the light of your soul, the most likely you're going to call in a soul baby that is from that energy, that oversoul. So when you are really connected with your oversoul, with your authenticity, okay, you're most likely going to receive the energy that's from that same energy you are connecting to. So soul family, spirit babies. So when you have spirit babies in your energy, you are very dynamic as yourself, but the spirit babies, it creates this very expansive dynamics when it comes to you. So you have many facets itself, because you as a soul have many parallel lives. So your parallel lives are your many facets in the brain. Your many chakras in the brain are those parallel lives. Okay, that you are kind of, when you sleep, when you meditate, you are diving into these parallel lives. And a lot of times you're not aware, because you are in this life, you're in this body, but that is going on an energetic level. So all of your parallel lives, everything you've learned, you're diving into those pools for knowledge, for guidance when you need some sort of assistance, or really when you connect with those parallel lives, you become very gifted and talented in many subjects, because you are cultivating skills or learning, having experiences and gaining knowledge that supports that gift that you have now, or that self-expression or creativity you have now. So your dynamic self is your parallel lives, but your soul spirit baby, it expands that energy. So you may see them as spirit guides, and they're in your aura. So the more connected you are to that oversoul, you're going to kind of experience these other different orientation of yourself, which is the spirit baby. So when you connect like really deep with your own authenticity, with your own vibration, that oversoul, you, that is you. And how you do that is connecting through the parallel lives. And it's an energetic thing. It's not of a conscious, this happened. You can have an intellectual kind of conception, intellectual idea of what happened in these past lives and these future lives, but ultimately on an energy level, you feel it. Because when you become a receiver, you're going to connect with the Sattvic records, which is your oversoul. And when you connect with that Sattvic record, you are not just you. You are you and other. So your soul family throughout all of your parallel lives is with you. So your experiences, your knowledge is not just you. It's the product of you and your other. What's going on with you and other. So with the spirit baby, the more spirit babies you kind of got going on in your kind of vortex, your aura, the more kind of dynamic, your dynamics kind of expand to another level. and they can be guides, because a few of them will be actual physical beings through you. They're your children, but a lot of them will be guides to the spirit babies. So the spirit babies have their own team with them. So it's quite interesting. And the spirit baby in your aura has their own team. So all of a sudden you're getting communication with a team of spirit guides that you didn't get before. That can be an indication there's a spirit baby in your field. Okay? And their team communicates to you based on their behalf sometimes, like what you need to shift, what you need to change, so that you can be in alignment with that great higher essence. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of call it in. We're going to call in our oversoul. We want our spirit baby to be our essence, our tribe. Okay? Again, soul family, you are the oversoul. So you all share the Akashic records. On collective Earth, we all connect with the same Akashic record, which is in the Earth. And then you have an Omega Akashic record, which is for the geographic region of the space. So universe, with Pleiades, Arcturus, and that is more so towards the Pleiades. It's a big star, big massive star, sun, Akashic record. All the information, Earth, Pleiades, and other planets, they transmit their data into this big massive sun. So that's like the galactic regional kind of Akashic record. But we also have our own kind of oversoul energy, which is our tribe, our unit. Okay? And that's our soul family. And those are the people that we have many, many lives together. So when you connect with your parallel lives, it's like they're almost in all of them. Because you are like a pod, an energy pod. An activational pod. That's what a soul family is. It's an activation. So with that, connecting, we're going to connect right now, you can connect with that spirit baby. Or you can call in a spirit baby that is your soul tribe. So you can have an exchange, an activational exchange. To basically activate your because there's unique activations that we require. Okay, that's why we're not always activated by every person we meet, by certain energy exchanges. And that soul baby can be for you, and you can be that for them. Through aligning with your own higher self. So we're going to have our hands like this, kind of right here on the head. I don't know if you can see my hands. And we're going to chant a call. So this is kind of like opening up the crown chakra. So it may feel kind of intense to open up that crown chakra, which is like we're opening up the cosmos in our physical body. So it's like physically we're opening up the cosmos. So it's a call, A-K-A-L. It's a call in spirit babies, and it's to help those transition into celestial form. So those coming into physical form and those exiting into celestial form. Eyes are closed. A call, and your arms are like wings. A call, 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 Breathe in. Hold. Press the hands together. Tight, tight. Flap your wings. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hand at the heart. So feel the cosmos are open for you. You're going to want to wear a hat, okay, like I have, to kind of keep the energy contained within your body, because your crown is very open right now. Okay, so you're going to feel a lot of cosmic vibration. You want to contain it within your body. You don't want it to be kind of going up out of your head. You want it to be in your body, anchored. So what we're going to do is to kind of put the energy, so we opened the channel of the crown chakra. So instead of the energy kind of going up back into the cosmos, we want to kind of put it in here, in our body. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our right hand over our head, and we're going to have our left hand over our heart. And just meditate. Breathe in and out. Long, deep breath. And looking at the tip of your nose. So we're pressing into our head. Not hard, not forcefully where we're hurting our neck. We're just pressing in. So we're kind of, we're pulling the energy down into our heart. So the cosmic vibration, we're pulling it down into our heart. Okay, this heat right here, we're pulling it into the heart. We're putting it into our body. So press a little bit down. It's the top of your head. You'll feel a spot. You'll feel that open spot, and you kind of want to put the energy into your heart. Now chant. Breathe in. Press the hand into the heart. Press the hand into the head. Exhale. Inhale. Press. Exhale. Inhale. Press. Hold. Exhale. And relax. So feel the cosmos in your body. It is inside your body right here at the heart. So just tap the heart right here to kind of like let the energy spread. Okay, we want the energy kind of move around the body. So just gently tapping your heart, awakening the heart, awakening the cosmic vibration. We're still looking at the tip of our nose, because we want to open up our sight of self. We think our eyes is sight of self, looking in the mirror is sight of self. No, sight of self is right here. So we're opening that up through looking at the tip of the nose. Sight of self is other, is parallel lives, awareness of your body, what's going on in your body, what's going on in your mind. Okay, sight of self is transformative. That's why we look in the mirror and we don't really see anything. We don't have any response because we are not looking from the transformative eye. When we see life through the transformative eye, we are able to see the deeper layers of everything. We feel a profound depth, joy, bliss, sadness, and epiphany when we look all around us. I want you to chant in your head, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, mentally. Now we're going to place this hand right here on the navel point, and we're just going to jiggle our belly. We're going to jiggle. So we created a lot of energy in our palm, okay, connecting with our heart. Okay, we have a lot of energy. So we're going to connect this energy to our lower chakras. So we're going to jiggle this belly. Long, deep breaths. So just really so we deconstructed the heaviness, okay? We deconstructed the heaviness in this area. Okay, so now we're going to kind of move stuff around in our lower chakras, okay? So we're moving the sexual energy around. We're just kind of cleaning the house. We're organizing. So our lower chakra is quite cluttered. We're going to kind of reorganize. You're going to have your hands up like this. Your right, or your left hand, excuse me, while you jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. So you have your thumb kind of up, and you have your pinky kind of down. Okay, up, thumb, pinky down. So you're putting victory into your lower energy, your lower chakras. So we're kind of like clearing the heaviness. Inhale. Exhale, really now have your hands, fingers wide, press. Feel yourself wiser. Feel yourself victorious. relax. Place hands in Gyan Mudra on your thighs. The last thing that we're going to do is we're going to tune out with one long Sat Nam. So this is a tool you can do daily. It's a tool just to help you connect with your spirit baby, or more so help you connect with yourself. Because the deeper connection you have with yourself, the more sensitive you are to the energies in your field, and your spirit baby is in your field. So you got to get it connected to your body, connected to your aura, which is your body, is your cosmic body, is a spaceship that kind of goes with you into all of your incarnations. So when you connect with your parallel lives, you're really just connecting with your aura, okay? Because your aura is very much like we said, the sweeping. So the ninth gate, which is right here above the crown chakra, that is the Akashic record energy. So the Akashic record energy kind of goes like this in your aura, just like the planet. The magnetics is this in, out motion. So that's your aura. When you connect with that, you're connecting with your parallel lives, because it's very much the spaceship that holds the knowledge. Not just you, this life, but the knowledge of the many yous throughout time. So when you can connect to the deeper layers of yourself, you are sensitive enough to be able to kind of feel, is there a new person in my spaceship? Who is this energy in my spaceship? Oh, that's a spirit baby. Oh, that's a spirit guide. Oh, that's a ascended master who came into my spaceship to kind of send a message. Okay? So that's what we want to get to. Be able to know who's in your spaceship. There's a child in your spaceship. Okay, that's my spirit baby. That's my guide. Okay? So we're just going to tune out with one long Sat Nam, and then I'll let you go to do your thing in life. Sat Nam. Bow to the earth. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, hands open, thank you, I'm ready to receive, I am ready to give, I'm ready to receive, I'm 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 ready to give.